Happy New Year. It's January of 2022. Can you believe it?
I can. I'm still writing 2021.
I was going to say, how many times today have you written it incorrectly? I know for me it's been a couple.
I just did.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Engineer said she just did it. He just did that.
So today I have Bobby Daniels.
Hey, guys.
I know a lot of you recognize the voice, if not the face, but maybe both, from stage and screen and behind the microphone at several local radio stations.
Yep.
For many years.
And proud to be a new member of the Chattanooga Chamber team.
Indeed.
I'm the communications manager for Catoosa County Chamber of Commerce.
And we're so excited. So Bobby's been with us since November the 1st. And I just will say I appreciate your skills. We've done a lot with little skills, but we'll do much more with his skills.
I was sitting here on the way up here, and I was driving on the way up here, and I was thinking about the foundation that you guys have laid over the last several years. Yeah. I mean, I can remember when you and I sat in your small little office, and we created a Facebook page.
I was the membership coordinator, so I've been with the Chamber. April will be 6 years.
Yes.
And probably the end of April, I realized I got to learn Facebook. I have no idea how to do social media. My sons wouldn't allow me on social media back then. And they were probably right. I shouldn't have been allowed. But
maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not.
But I remember calling you because we had my sons and my husband do theater, and Bobby had done some theater with Greg, and I was like, I need help. I don't know how to make this little picture go correctly in that little circle. And so Bobby came and helped the chamber, and I really appreciate that. And I think about it too. I don't know how many of y'all are social media followers and all, but we started out, I think about that time we had about 1,400 followers on the Chamber Facebook page, and that was really pretty much all we were doing, and that was in 2016. And so almost 6 years later, we have about 4,800 followers, 4,800 followers on our Facebook page, and I'll let you tell them all the other social media platforms you've got us on now.
We're also on Instagram, and we're also on Twitter, and you can find us at Catoosa Connects at any one of those platforms. Facebook.com/Catoosa Connects, Twitter.com/Catoosa Connects, and Instagram.com/Catoosa Connects. We're very easy to find. And why would you want to connect with us on those social media platforms? Well, it's pretty simple, because that is sort of the first line of information about what's happening in Catoosa County. Yes, we talk about chamber events, and we do, and we talk about our restaurants of the month and our business partners of the month, but we're also talking about local businesses that are doing well, connecting with this community and doing some special things, and we want to let you know about them. So that's one of the ways that we promote.
Absolutely.
Is through social media. And
UCTV, Judy O'Neill has given us a great platform and an opportunity to come to you each week, every Monday at 4. I know last week Debbie was here. Debbie Hughes is our membership coordinator at the Chamber, and she brought Gio Mejia, and I think Craig Pruce was with her, and from Providence Associates, and they were talking a lot about how to get ready for the new year, things to do tax-wise and investment-wise from last year, and what you can still do from last year.
If something happened to you.
And so that's some of the things that you're going to help us to share that information.
Yep.
So once you see it on UCTV, of course, they stream it live, and then I think there's one rebroadcast during the week.
Okay.
But then we're going to also use that to promote our chamber members in different businesses and different, just things going on in the community to kind of further that.
Yeah, we'll take these segments that you see here on UCTV, edit them down into social media bite sizes, which is what most people, 5-10 minutes, that kind of thing.
That's our attention span.
Yeah,
we know.
Actually, I'm not sure if mine's that long, but we'll chop those up and we'll use those. Gives you some added value as a business leader, and also just gives us an opportunity to tell folks what you're doing, which is part of the reason why we exist.
Yeah, and that, like I said, the opportunity to come to you each week and spotlight some members. I'll be honest, with it being new, we've kind of had to get our members used to that this is an opportunity. They're all excited and they want to do it, but then November, December were really busy.
Yes.
And so a lot of them that wanted to come on last year weren't able to. And so we're going to look forward to scheduling those members, member businesses this year, so that they can provide good information. We have several new businesses in Fort Oglethorpe. Our new member, or our new restaurant of the month for January is actually a new business and a new chamber member. So they're our first chamber member of January 2022, and that is Jefferson's in Ringgold. So if you've not been to Jefferson's in Ringgold, you need to give them a try.
Yes, you do.
Delicious.
I have several times.
Yes, me too. My husband loves they do like fish and chips.
Yes.
And I like the burger. I'm just going to say I like a thin burger, and they have a nice thin, well-done burger. I mean, you can have it not well done too, but that's the way I like it.
They got really good wings. Their French fries, if you ask them, they have a little special dipping sauce.
Oh,
that's
I didn't
really,
know about
really
that.
good.
See, here's your inside clue right here.
Ask for the dipping sauce. It's like a honey mustard-esque feel to it, but it's just so good.
Very good, yes. So try Jefferson's in Ringgold. They've got a room back there. We're looking forward to taking the ambassadors. I think we're going to go there in February. But I think their room will hold 40. So if you have, maybe a family event or a church event where you'd like everybody to be able to sit together and be served together, obviously you have to make arrangements and call ahead about that. But they do have a nice meeting room that is available
really
to
nice
be
place.
scheduled. So, and convenient. And the parking, one of the things I didn't realize is they do have a little parking lot right across the street. And so there's parking right up beside it. There's parking behind the building, and then right across the street there's another parking lot. So plenty of parking. It's right by City Hall in Ringgold on Tennessee Street. So kind of right behind the first little row of businesses there. Before you get to City Hall, you'll see Jefferson's on your right.
Turn down like you're going to go, turn down by the old Ringgold Price drugstore.
That's it.
And you'll see it on the right-hand side. I remember when we were doing the Ringgold ghost tours.
Yes.
And we would go right by there. Inevitably, somebody on the tour would go, "Is that a good place to eat?" Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Very good place to eat.
So join us and welcome, honestly, support our new local businesses. This is a local gentleman that he's got, so there are, I guess it's Jefferson's is a franchise, but they also own the one in Summerville, Georgia. So he's been doing this, but now he's doing it in Catoosa County and in Ringgold, so it gives us a new option.
Always good to have a good place to eat.
Absolutely.
I'm an expert in that.
So bring the family out, go shopping in all the stores downtown Ringgold. Speaking of that, and we talked about them another time, I know like we have all the shops right in Ringgold. We've got Unique Things is still open. They're just open on the weekends, and then you've got Fern and a Feather and Just Peachy, but there's some new shops down there as well, so you need to go check those out. On down Nashville Street, a little bit more toward the 41 side, or I guess it's all 41, but on down toward like the CVS and all, is a place that's a chamber member called Dwelling Home Decor.
Yes.
And some of my favorite gifts and presents that I purchased for others and people gave me gifts, came from Dwelling Home Decor. AJ Mashburn and Lindsay just do a great job. It's something new to Ringgold and to the area where before it's kind of a boutique style.
Right.
But they had Christmas items. I saw the other day they've got their Valentine's. They have a beautiful little wooden heart bowl that I'm thinking, oh, I need one of those.
You remember
Greg?
Do you remember the old Pier 1 imports that was around?
Yes.
Well, this is like a very much stylized and local version of that.
And they have pillows and they have the greenery.
2 Christmas presents from there this year.
And that's my favorite thing too, is the packaging.
Yeah.
So they make you look so smart. They package it in the prettiest paper, brown paper sacks with all the, the bows and it just looks good. So.
Guys, it makes it look like you put some thought into the gifts.
There you go.
That's
Valentine's Day is coming. Take it from someone who probably will go there himself.
Yes, I will.
To get a little help there.
I will.
Now we talked about our member of the week, but we talk about different restaurants of the month and things like that. But we do have a local member of the week this week, and
yes, we do. That is Rick Worley and Sons Inc.
Okay.
They've been around. It seems like I moved here. See, I discovered Catoosa County in 1988, and have been here ever since. And I think they've been here long before that.
I would say they have. They have. So, and I've always see they are always full, but it seems like they get people in and get them out and take care of their cars. So, for your car,
mechanics,
repair needs,
towing, I think they do some roadside assistance still. They're busy guys, and they're good folks too.
So, and we appreciate their support of the chamber. They're longtime chamber members. Yeah. So, Rick Worley and Son is our chamber member of the week. And if they had time, if they weren't so busy fixing cars, they'd probably be here today. But we know that they've got a few things on their plate. That's it. So, Bobby, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're working on. So, just for your information, if you're not a chamber member, or even if you are, the chamber puts out a newsletter each week, and it's a constant contact email, and we sometimes are able to share that on our social media pages as well. And so with you coming on board, one of the things I didn't realize when we were sending out, a lot of people didn't get the whole newsletter. We thought we were doing such a good job getting all that information out, and Bobby came in, and because he has the education and the skills behind it, realized that really we could do a better job and be able to promote our members.
Well, like I said earlier, you guys had built a really, really good base of buy-in from the community and also support for our local businesses.
Absolutely.
And so what happens is you guys started a newsletter. Actually, technically, we produce 2 newsletters a week.
Right.
One comes out on Monday. It's called the Catoosa Connects newsletter. Another one comes out on Thursdays. It is called the Business Blast. It's where we put a little bit more focus on local businesses rather than, hey, here's what's happening with the chamber. Yeah. So that's kind of the difference between the two. But when you guys created these, part of the tribute to success is that everybody wanted to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. And so what you ended up doing is starting with a newsletter that was maybe this long, suddenly it grew to being this long. It grew and grew. And what happens is, a lot of times, certain emails, whether it's Gmail, Outlook, or whatever, they'll do something called truncate.
Okay.
They'll just take what they think is the most important and deliver that to you, and there might be more below the truncated part that you missed. So we realized kind of accidentally that wasn't doing anybody any good.
Right.
Because if for some reason a very important ad or article or something that we had written about local businesses was getting truncated, it wasn't happening. And even if it wasn't getting truncated, we both realized that the newsletter had gotten pretty long.
Right.
And though our open rate is really good, it's somewhere around 30%, we realized that people weren't really reading the whole thing, which was fine. You know, that happens. Nobody reads every bit of mail that comes to your door, sure. But, you know, we wanted to give you guys, the reader and the advertiser and the local business that's inside of it, we wanted to give a little more value to what we were doing. So January 10th, mm-hmm. we will have the launch, the reconstructed Catoosa Connects newsletter and Business Blast. It is a little bit shorter. Actually, it's a lot shorter, but we've actually rearranged the design of it to compact a little bit more information in it to give you, the reader, and also folks who are using that as a vehicle to advertise or promote through their business, giving them a little more added value to what's going on. So, and this newsletter is open to anyone. You don't necessarily even have to live in Catoosa County to get this letter, to get this newsletter. And if you want to subscribe, the easiest way to do that is to actually drop me an email. And I apologize, it's a very long email.
He inherited it.
But it's public relations at CatoosaChamberOfCommerce.com. You see that down there at the bottom?
And just public relations with an S on there.
Public relations at CatoosaChamberOfCommerce.com. Or you can just call the chamber. Our phone number is
706-965-5201.
And we'll get you added to that newsletter. And it's that starts on January 10th. And that will also, you'll see a redesigned Catoosa Connects and a Business Blast. Right. Now, really what's kind of gotten lost in all this is something that we've been doing off and on for a while, but we want to start doing on a more consistent basis, and that is a vehicle we have called the Friday Focus.
Yes, and I will tell you a little backstory of that. So the Business Blast started as a chargeable a publication.
Sure.
And it was for chamber members, but they had to pay a little extra to be able to do that. When COVID hit and we knew that people needed information, mm-hmm. the chamber at that point in time kind of restructured a little bit some of the publications, and we said, okay, we're going to make that Business Blast. Anybody in the chamber that wants to advertise, we're not going to, it's not, you know, there's no extra charge. We just want to get the information out.
Sure.
And so if you remember back in March of 2020 when we were trying to figure out, is the restaurant open? Is the grocery store open? Can you go in? Can, you know, how do you, is there curbside service even though they don't have a drive-through? That became the vehicle to get that information out. Yeah. And so we had such a great response from that. Again, another benefit of being a chamber member was being able to advertise in that for no charge. So again, anybody can view it, but the advertisers are chamber members. So we just left it that way because we thought mm-hmm. that really works. That is a great value for a chamber member to be able to use that, you know, send us a image. In a lot of cases, they already had the image. It wasn't anything they
Sure.
had to create from scratch just for us. We
Sure.
would, you know, as long as they had their contact information. That's what we were looking for. And so then now we've come back to the Friday Focus, where that is a little bit of a cost. It's $100 for chamber members, and it's just about that chamber member's business. So, but it can be several images and links, right? So,
yep, it is designed to be a quick hit. It's designed. You're not going to have anybody else competing with you in that particular publication. I think one of our most recent one was Lisa's Gold and Diamonds. They took advantage of that.
In fact, she's got one coming out Friday.
Okay, there you go. Coming up at Christmas time, she utilized that, and it was an email that went out to every subscriber, and it was just about what was happening at Lisa's Gold and Diamonds is leading up to Christmas. So if you're interested in that, please, again, you can use the same email address, or you can call and talk to Debbie at the chamber, and we'll get you connected with that. It's a pretty neat little publication, too.
So we're just trying to get the information, again, with this UCTV show, that helps us to really be able to, you can see some of the faces. I think that's been kind of fun. I've heard a lot of good feedback about people getting to see who the owners are, who the managers or who the workers are at the different businesses, the local businesses. So you might have heard of Lisa's Gold and Diamonds before, but we're going to have Lisa Edge one day. She hasn't agreed to it yet to come on here. You've seen her in all the advertising, but she's a great community. Bless her heart. I've interviewed her a couple of times. Like, I walk in and go, Lisa, can you tell me about Valentine's Day? And she'll do it. So it's good. Yeah. But so we just really are trying to get the information out, and not only about businesses, but we have a lot of nonprofits in our community, Bobby, that do amazing things for Catoosa County. But they have to have funds to be able to do it. So most of them have at least a yearly fundraiser, an annual fundraiser that they, whether it's the Communities and Schools has the Duck Run. We've got, I know we've talked about Primary Healthcare, who is a chamber member, has their gala coming, or their
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing Stars of North Georgia. I finally got that right. So Primary Healthcare has that coming up later this month. It's on January 22nd at the Colonnade at 6:30. And I'm going to assume there are tickets still available. I haven't heard that they're not. The website is Dancing Stars of North Georgia, DancingStarsNorthGeorgia.com, and the Georgia is GA. Or you can call Sandy Matheson at 423-421-4092. So that's one coming up, and this is always a packed house.
Yes.
Have you danced yet?
I have not danced yet. I have gone through the process and then had to bow out because of time restrictions. But yes, they're going to get me dancing at some point.
Looks like there are 8 stars that are, or 8 dancers with their stars that have signed up to do that this year. And it is a major fundraiser for primary health care centers to be able to provide some of the support that they provide and not have to charge so much for that. So that's coming up. So all that to say, the business blast, the connections emails, UCTV, any way we can share information is what we want to do at the chamber.
Yeah, and it is not just about what's, like you said, it's not just about what's happening at the chamber or just what chamber business is, but it's what's happening in your community, in our community that we love. Yeah. Whether it's what's happening at the Colonnade. I know they've got a lot of good shows. In fact, they're doing auditions tonight for 9 to 5 the musical.
9 to 5 the musical. Auditions are, I think it's 7 probably, usually 7 to 9.
Something like that.
You can look it up on colonnadecenter.org.
Yeah. And I also know that the Ringgold Playhouse is doing auditions tonight
Shakespeare.
Yes, the complete work is Shakespeare.
The abridged version?
The abridged version. It's not highbrow. Believe me.
I'm not sure. Then I saw the abridged. I was like, okay, maybe I can have that.
It's basically a 1-2-man act doing the comical farce through the works of Shakespeare.
That'll be fun.
Not auditioning for this one, but I know a lot of good things.
I heard, and I'm not sure if this is the official word, but that from now on, the Ringgold Playhouse was kind of going to do all the plays in our community, and the Colonnade was going to do more of the musicals. Because there's a little bit more room, I guess, there, and they have.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it's worked out.
Yeah. But both of them are great. We're a big community theater. I'm the audience member. I'm never going to be on the stage, but I can lead a standing ovation like nobody else.
And she laughs really good when we do improv,
it's
so
my
it's all good.
It's my lot in life. But both of them just do such a great job. Adam Cook at the Ringgold Playhouse, and there should be some improv shows coming up.
There are 4 or 5 improv shows, comedy nights, where we have like a stand-up. I say we because I'm actually one of the actors on stage and part of the improv team, as well as your husband and your son.
Yes, Eric and Greg both love that, and love it.
Dan Lyons also joins us.
Oh my gosh, so funny. And and that's another one of those things, we need to support these community events so that they can continue. Because I know the City of Ringgold, their Downtown Development Authority, they're trying their best. They're working, the other day, Jamie, they were out, there was a fundraiser actually. We had Crossroads Unity Park.
Yep.
Millie Cheek was here with me a few weeks ago. Well, that event, the gala, was Saturday night. And it was the City of Ringgold officials that did the serving for, Olive Garden, I think, had donated the food, but then you had Mayor Millwood and his wife Lori Ann and Kelly Bomar. They were actually bringing you your Italian meal, I'm like,
filling your sweet tea.
That's it, absolutely, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So it was really cool to see, because, as Millie mentioned a few weeks ago, when that park is eventually able to be built, it will be turned over to the City of Ringgold. So they're a part of that.
Our wonderful producer just popped this up on the screen. Look at that. Public Relations at CatoosaChamberOfCommerce.com. That is the email to get in touch with us and to
specifically Bobby.
Specifically me. Although if it's important, I'll get it to Tammy. Don't worry about getting your information in our newsletter, information to join the chamber, Friday Focus, and the Business Blast. So
Absolutely.
we'll get that to you.
And I will ask you, if you've not liked our Facebook page or followed us on Twitter or Instagram, take a few minutes. That means a lot. I'll be honest, that means a lot to us. It means a lot to businesses. If you've got a favorite small business that you want other people to know about, then follow them on the social media platforms if you're on social media, and share their information. And write a good review. In our leaderships, I've watched how the different businesses are like, okay, today we're going to all just sit here while we're here and write each other's good reviews, because they use each other's services. They just forget, they take it that everybody knows, and everybody doesn't know.
And you see, that's the strange thing about social media, and in particular Facebook. By the way, anybody who claims that they're a social media expert, they need to have their head examined, because there is no social media experts. It changes constantly. But one of the things we are fairly certain of, when it comes to Facebook in particular, is that it is the ultimate electronic version of me telling Amy about a business. Okay, we're just doing it in front of other people like we are right now, where we're telling you are telling your best friend about a business. Well, when you do that online, on social media, it benefits that business in ways that it's hard to put a number on. It's not like you just commented on their post and said, yeah, your potato salad is really good, or your mechanics are great, but you've actually told someone, hey, those guys' mechanics are really good, or Jefferson's wings are fantastic. And it blows up on social media. So just the way it works. And that's part of the reason why we do what we do on social media is when one of our members, or when anything is happening within Catoosa County, we're going to share that information with you so that it's your friends at the chamber telling you about something that's going on. And
that's, you can pay high dollars, but small businesses just don't have that money to spend. So to be able to do target marketing, and some of them do. I'm not going to say it's not a bad idea. It's just there's a cost to it. And and
it's a little bit confusing. If you've ever tried to put a Facebook ad together, or a Google ad, or what they call digital OTT, or any over-the-top marketing or anything like that, it's kind of a myriad of where do you go and what do you do, and is this the right move? Is this so a lot of folks
trial and error.
Trial and error, or they'll just avoid it and go, well, I'll just put my stuff out on Facebook and hope people see me. Well, you're helping them fulfill that when you share their information.
So we just appreciate everything. I tell you what, Bobby, let's take a little break, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about communications in the Catoosa County Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.
If something happened to you, what would happen to them? Their home, their education, their future. You need life insurance, and chances are SelectQuote can help you get it for less than $1 a day.
SelectQuote found Jacob 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates.
We found Gary, 35, a $1 million policy for only $22 a month.
Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
Call 1-800-478-7907. That's 1-800-478-7907.
At a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Frustrated with heavy rubber hoses that always get tangled and easily kink? Introducing the Bionic Flex Pro hose, the super strong, super tough hose that's ultra light as well. Run over an ordinary hose and it'll easily burst, but the Bionic Flex Pro hose stays intact no matter what runs over it, because its reinforced drag-resistant commercial-grade outer polyester weave makes it tougher and stronger than ever. And its solid brass fittings are crush-proof too. Ordinary hoses kink easily and stop working, but the Bionic Flex Pro hose never kinks. It just keeps flowing strong. And while regular hoses easily get tangled, the Bionic Flex Pro hose is tangle-proof. You can get the 25-foot Bionic Flex Pro hose for just $19.95 with free shipping. But wait, order today and we'll upgrade your order to a 50-foot Bionic Flex Pro hose. Just pay a separate fee, and shipping is still free. Go now.
Call 1-800-340-5128.
No matter what kind of car you drive, we have an insurance policy that's right for you. Need to insure your family minivan? We've got you covered. Need insurance for that new sports car you finally got? We've got you covered. Have an old beater that just won't quit? We've got you covered. Or maybe you hit the lottery and want to insure all your new cars. We've got you covered. Call Auto Insurance for Less to find out how much you can save right now. All it takes is just one call. Answer a few questions, and before you know it, we've got you covered. Call 800-538-2170. That's 800-538-2170. Auto Insurance. You want it, you need it, and we've got it. Call Auto Insurance for Less to find out how much you can save today. Better coverage at a better price is just a phone call away. Call 800-538-2170. That's 800-538-2170. 800-538-2170.
Here we are again.
That's right. Couldn't get rid of us.
I know. This is our first show of January 2022. And, I'm still learning to write the numbers, but that's okay. I'll get it. If I just put enough twos down, it'll be all right.
Writing and typing. I think about February 2nd, 2022, all twos.
Yes. And what is it?
February 22nd.
Yeah, that's going to be the
222.
Yes.
2022.
This is the year of the twos, for sure.
Dos.
Which I'm not, one thing that I've had a lot of people over the holidays, some of you may have traveled some over the holidays. Some, like me, may have just stayed home or taken a short trip to Gatlinburg overnight. But I know there were a lot of, with the weather that we've had this week, specifically overnight, a lot of, and I guess even with the Christmas travel, a lot of flights canceled or backed up and things like that. So I will tell you, one of our chamber members, and they're our chamber tourism partner of the month for January, is Katina Williams with Chasing Down Daydreams Travel.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, Katina and I were band moms a long time ago, and so our sons were in the band about the same time, and then her daughter. But she does a great job. In 2018, I decided that I wanted to go to New York City to see some Broadway shows.
Okay.
And Katina, I knew that she did travel, but she kind of, in some of our talking, she really does a great job with the Disney travel. And like the sandals, the all-inclusive resort travel. I knew she did all those things, right? But I was like, I want to go to New York. Can you help me plan a trip? And she honestly, I don't think she had done a trip quite like this. But we went for I wanted to see the Macy's parade. Our hotel was on the route. We literally had to walk around the corner to get on the parade route. And everything was perfect. We saw 3 shows. It was perfect. It was perfect. And I know that a lot of that's luck.
Sure.
But the one thing I've learned is from travel agents, you don't pay any more by having a professional plan your travel than you do whether you do it yourself. And you just let them use their expertise and knowledge and the little extra information that they can get. That makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
And so we had a great trip. It was memorable. It was the coldest Macy's parade since like early 1900s or something. It was crazy cold. Evan, who, if you've ever seen my younger son, is pretty thin, didn't have enough body fat. He only made it about froze internally. So, but it was really amazing. So if you've ever watched that on the TV on Thanksgiving Day, it was really cool to see it. And I'll give Katina all the credit. She got us there. So Chasing Down Daydreams Travel does a great job. They're great chamber supporters. Katina can be reached at 423-316-5403 or cddtravel.com. And you can also find her on Facebook as well. She's really good to comment and share on Facebook and a lot of information. But we had at our expo that we had in December, first part of December, she actually had a Sandals Resort rep there. And so that was pretty cool, somebody from, and Katina kills us, so I'll be honest, she puts it out there, so her thing is the toe cam. So she takes a picture of her feet at whatever tropical or Disney paradise she is at the moment, and then we all want to go, right?
She has dipped her toes into many places I'd like to go at some point.
Yes, absolutely. So then we're all like, oh, we want to do that. So Sandals is on my list. I'm not quite there, but in fact, she put the other day, she's got another one planned. I'm like, oh, yeah, good to be
So you mentioned the flights getting canceled. I just got to tell this real quick. We were on our way back from Florida on Saturday, New Year's Day, and we stopped at Zaxby's in Tifton, Georgia.
Okay.
And there were some guys that obviously had Michigan gear on. They had been down to the Orange Bowl to see Michigan and Georgia play. And I said, oh, man, you guys kind of had a rough time of it because, Michigan got
You were skating on thin ice yourself.
And so I just, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, to make matters worse, we get up this morning and our flight's canceled. That's why we're driving back.
That's why we're driving.
So to add an insult to injury.
Welcome to the South.
They said that. And we got to talking about how we was expecting to see some snow when we got back, and they said, well, what's the big deal with snow? I said, well, we don't get snow that often.
We don't have snow plows. That's the big deal.
and I couldn't resist it. I said, sort of like a team from the North winning a national championship.
Ooh. Ouch. And did you make it out with your Zaxby's?
He laughed and just rolled his eyes. It was all good. It was all good. So I can identify with
So
folks.
Anyway, check out Chasing Down Daydreams Travel. Again, you can find them at cddtravel.com or on Facebook.
Folks.
And they are our tourism partner of the month. So we're really excited. Every January we have a chamber annual meeting, and it's really fun. So I've been with the chamber almost 6 years, but I've been the chamber president for 3. And I'll be honest, when I started in 2019, I decided we were going to have a brunch. And so, because brunch means bacon, right? Because and bacon brings people.
You had me at bacon.
It just works.
Yes.
And everybody loves it. So this is our 3rd year for our chamber annual meeting brunch, and it'll be held on Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, January the 13th at 10:30. So you don't have to be an early riser. The information is actually out on our Facebook page. There's a Facebook event. And we did have a gentleman from the community that said, hey, I want to just come check this out.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, come on, that's great.
Yes.
We do need a reservation by this Friday, because it is a catered meal. We have to turn in an account.
Yep.
But you can call 706-965-5201, and that's the chamber office, and talk to one of us. Shirley will probably be the one that you'll get. Yep. And make a reservation. She'll take a credit card over the phone.
You can use that email that's on your screen right now if you want to, and I'll make sure that it gets in the right place.
We'll call you back. We'll get that information and take care of you with a reservation. But it's a great way to meet community members. But it's also when we do the swearing in of the 2022 Chamber Board of Directors. So that's a lot of community leaders. They serve a 3-year term on the board, and at that point in time, they either roll up to the executive committee or they roll off for at least a year. So we have a great board of directors at the chamber. A lot of them have been on for a long time because they served their 3 years on their main board and then rolled up to the executive board, and so they've kind of worked up their way up that ladder, if you will. Will Stiles with Legal Insurance will be sworn in as our chairman of the board. Ian O'Shea will be he'll go to past chair, but he's done a great job in 2021.
Yes,
COVID times are just different times.
Very strange. Yes.
And so there's no playbook to be a chamber board chair during the last 2 years, quite frankly. And Ian has just done a great job, and look forward to working with Will. Will's family, in fact, Legal Insurance celebrated a 100-year anniversary, I think about 2 to 3 years ago. They're in Rossville, and they're members of both the Walker and Catoosa County Chamber and very active in the community. So I'm looking forward to working with Will.
I'm encouraged that other folks just outside of our chamber circle are wanting to come to this event, because I think about where I was prior to October, November coming on board here. I had been in Catoosa County for 30 plus years, and didn't realize the gold mine of people and connections and networking opportunities that there were inside the chamber. And so even if you are not necessarily a business owner, but you want to see what's happening in the lives of Catoosa County, your home, this is an excellent opportunity to do that. We'd love to have you.
The cost of this particular event is $17. Like I said, we can take a credit card, or you can stop by the Colonnade, make your reservation and pay there. We just have to have that information by this Friday, and then the event is next Thursday, the 13th at 10:30 a.m. So absolutely. And we actually offer a chamber membership for individuals. That's something about 3 years ago that I asked the board, we didn't have that before. And we, quite frankly, we had some retirees that had been really active in their job when they were working for particular companies, and then they retired and they wanted to stay active.
Sure.
And so it just made sense. It made really good sense. So it's $150 for a 12-month individual membership. And the chamber membership is not that expensive either. It depends on the number of full-time employees that a company has.
Sure.
But a small business with 1 to 3 full-time employees, it's only $315 for a 12-month membership. So January is a great time if that's something that you've ever thought about before. Just wanting to know more about what's going on in your community and getting involved. We have a lot of different events. The annual meeting is one, but then we've also got our gala coming up, which is kind of our party for the chamber.
Yep.
Yes. So we have a good time. I'll be honest, we're having our first gala committee. I've got the date, but the gala committee, we're a staff of 5, 2 full-time and 3 part-time folks. And there's no way that we can do all that we do without our chamber volunteers. So we have our ambassadors, and we've talked a little bit about that before. And then, but we have committees. We do a lot of things by committee. And so we have a gala committee that will plan our gala. We're going to be able to bring back the casino tables.
Awesome.
So it will be our Celebrate Catoosa Gala and Casino Night. It's going to be held at the Colonnade on Saturday, March the 12th. Obviously reservations will be required. Tickets on that are a little bit more expensive because it's a really nice dinner. It's a dress-up event. People will be, dressed up in suits and coats and ties and all that, and ladies will have maybe a few sparkles here or there. But with the casino night, of course, that's just fun money. We're not really gambling.
Right.
But we bring in fun casino tables, and then we play for door prizes. So we have our different member businesses and community partner businesses will donate things, and we put them in nice baskets with themes. And so there might be a dog basket or a Not on the Town basket or an Eat Out basket, something like that. So we have a good time with all that. And it's just, again, a great way to see people in your community.
Yep.
So there will be more information on the Chamber Facebook page about that soon and on the social media accounts. But that's coming up on Saturday. And we tend to keep most of our events on weekdays or weeknights. But this one actually is a Saturday event. So Saturday, March the 12th. We always just pray there's no ice that day.
No.
Because that's happened to us before. The committee does all this big work and then we have to sweat whether it's going to be drivable.
Well, it was March 12th of 93 that things changed.
Well, there's that.
So,
is that the date of that?
March 13th, March 12th and 13th.
Yeah, okay.
Blizzard of 93.
Well, we'll hope that won't be
Let's
this
hope
year.
that doesn't happen.
No, let's do it. So if some of you may see this publication in your churches, or I know like Farm to Fork has it in their lobby, maybe Park Place, but one of our chamber members is Good News Christian Magazine, and I'm going to claim there's yours truly right here on the cover. So we're going to be the chamber's going to be the cover story for January 2022. And if a lot of you who have followed us maybe on the social media and in the news, we've partnered with Catoosa County Economic Development Authority. And so EDA Director Keith Barclift and I are on the cover just to talk a little bit more about our partnership with the county and economic development. Whether that's tourism or new business or existing business. I mean, there are lots of things. I've learned so much from Keith. He is well trained and I mean, just has the credentials, and he's very willing to talk to people. We've had several different things on the ballot, and people come into the chamber and to meet with him one-on-one all the time, just so he can explain to them what that means. What does that mean? Because we try to put information out, and if you're like me, I just need somebody to tell me.
Well, he has a unique ability to break down the terminology
Yes.
that is used out there
Yeah.
into language that we actually understand.
Absolutely. And if you've not been down to exit 345 and want to check out the new business park, it looks
Oh, yeah.
great.
Yeah.
He's worked on that for about 3 years, he and the county commissioners, to get that, graded, and it's ready. They call it pad ready.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have an opportunity, and I learned so much about site selectors come in, they put this information out. I'm looking for this size site for this size business, with this access. And of course, we're right on the interstate, right off the interstate there. So that is pad ready now, and it's graded, and it's ready for somebody to come and build on. So we feel like 2022 will be a good year for that, to bring a new business, and hopefully, the goal obviously is highly skilled, higher paying jobs
Yes.
for our citizens, so that people, if they want to stay and work in Catoosa County, they can do that. So anyway, this tells you the article in Good News Christian Magazine, which will be on the out any day, if not today, will be a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So. And that's also a good place. This is the December version, but we always have the back inside cover. We'll tell you kind of what's coming up. Now, we wish everybody a Merry Christmas in December, but usually we have whatever our next event and information is about that.
You'll probably see information about the casino night coming up.
Absolutely, probably
the
in February.
February edition. Yeah.
So, we just really appreciate our media partners, quite
Yeah.
frankly. I mean, Judy O'Neill with UCTV, we just appreciate the opportunity, because quite frankly, we don't pay for this session. So if you've got a business and you have an opportunity that you could maybe place an ad to help support the local programming that Judy does here, that's appreciated, because that helps us all, so that we can provide the information we do.
Yep.
Walker County Chamber,
Yep.
I think their show's on Tuesdays at 4
I think
now.
so, yep.
And so they do a great job on that, and some of their different chamber members come on as well. Some of those overlap, because both of us, you don't have to have brick and mortar in our county to be a part. Because a lot of people do, whether they're located in Chattanooga or Catoosa, they do business in Walker,
Right.
Catoosa, and Hamilton County. So we welcome all of that, and just want to support our media sponsors as much as possible.
Yeah,
Because-
Judy has been a longtime friend of the chamber, and a long time, how can you say this, landmark, benchmark in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, UCTV has been around as long as I have been here, and been on it many times promoting different things, and Judy's always been really good to that.
And,
I really
and so we're
appreciate
just
that.
appreciative of the opportunity. She called me last, I guess, we had talked about it in the past, and in October she called and she said, "What do you think about this?" And I'm like, "Sure, that sounds great."
Notice she says she's a good audience member. She's been on the show since it's begun, and she's done a great job.
So, but we're, anything for our members. We just want to support.
Yeah.
That's what the chamber is about. We want to support local business. We, and even if it's outside of our comfort zone a little bit, Debbie does a great job also. She and I kind of tag teams this a little bit. And she does a great job as well, Debbie Hughes, who's our membership coordinator. But we just are looking for opportunities to support our chamber members and get the information out there. Another program of the chamber that I think I've mentioned before, but I didn't have this information, is our Leadership Catoosa program.
Yeah.
So that is a 9-month program that we have 21 members this year. It kind of starts off with an overnight kickoff in September at the Windshake Retreat program at Berry College, and then we'll have their graduation in June. So each month we have a different kind of theme day. They've had local government day, and they've had economic development and tourism day already. And then, so one of the things of the program to graduate from, the class has to come up with a nonprofit or a community service project. And it's whatever they want it to be. And so this year, our group has...
They are doing a bowling night to benefit the Catoosa County children. It's actually going to benefit 4 nonprofits here in the city: Children's Advocacy Center, Communities and Schools, Family Crisis Center, and the Division of Family and Children's Services of, I believe that's
Catoosa County.
Yes. So what they're doing, and this is really kind of cool, it's going to be at Spare Time in Chattanooga. That's on Brainerd Road. They're having a bowling tournament. You might see this artwork, this graphic artwork on the newsletter, on social media. The information in there. It's coming up February the 6th from 1 to 5 in the afternoon. It doesn't matter if you want to get a team or you just want to be a solo bowler. You can get involved in this and have a good time. There's some great prizes and perks that go along with this. I'm just thinking, what a great time to be inside is in February.
That is true.
and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Keep you warm and have a good time as well.
They're actually doing a 50-50 raffle in association with this, where you get $5 per ticket, and then you get 10 tickets for $3, and there's all kinds of cool prizes that go along with this.
I think that's 3 tickets for $10. Make sure, did we say that wrong?
I see. 10 tickets, $10 for 3 tickets.
I was going to say,
yes,
you're going to get me in trouble. No, so yeah, and so y'all support this. So there's a Facebook event on the Chamber Facebook page. And that'll give you more information. And we'll be talking about that more over the next, because it's really, a month away.
Yeah, a little over a month.
It's on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah. You know, you can not have a nap one Sunday afternoon and come out and do a little. I'm a horrible bowler, but I'm committed to it at least. I mean, I'm going to try. I've never thrown it backwards yet.
I will give it a shot. So. I've had my thumb stuck in the ball a couple different times.
Yes,
and have that
painful,
weird,
actually.
hear that weird sound as it comes out. And it lands weird, but hey, it's a lot of fun. And you know what? I'll make a fool of myself to raise some.
And go to the bowling alley for the food, if nothing else, right?
Yes.
I mean, have a pizza.
Yes, that's right.
It'll be good.
Pizza and a cold drink, and it's all good.
So, and the one thing I love about this, the way they kind of came up with the fundraiser is they have 4 nonprofits represented in the class. So they have directors or someone from each of those nonprofits. And they wanted, so a lot of times they'll do just one, group, and they wanted to, because all of them take care of children.
Yeah.
And they were like, we'll just do the event, and how much ever we raise, we'll divide it 4 ways, and that's great. I just love that. It's so fun in this class in Leadership Catoosa. Usually it's people that have never met each other before. And they go to the overnight retreat at WinShape. And the WinShape teams, if you ever have an opportunity to go to WinShape at Berry College, do it. The main thing they do there, unless you're in a group of people, is you can't just go and stay. First of all, it's beautiful.
Yes.
And then, but it's usually marriage retreats. But the WinShape teams group, you can hire them, and what we do, it's amazing. So these people, 20 people, 21 people have never seen each other before, come out, and they're like buds. They're,
yes.
And it's business contacts you have from now on. I mean, and it's so fun, because I went through, that was one of my first things when I started with the Chamber in 2016. Martha Aker was the president. And I said, do I get to do Leadership Catoosa? In my interview, I was like, because I'd always heard about Leadership Catoosa, and I was like, I want to know about that. And I can't, and everybody who's gone through it says the same thing. You can't understand it till you do it.
Right.
So just do it.
Just go
just
through
do it. Now, you do have to be a chamber member to do that. So there's some information we can give out on that, and there is an additional cost for that, because again, the WinShape Teams program is not it's not inexpensive. But it's worth every penny.
And they feed you really good down there at WinShape. Oh my goodness.
They absolutely do.
It's so good
It's
food.
good. And there's not a time that you don't have snacks pushed in your face.
That's true. It's true. There's this called the WinShape anti-diet.
Yeah, that's right. If you're on a diet, it might not be close to what I mean, but they have healthy snacks.
Yes,
too.
they do.
So Leadership Catoosa, I'm so proud of them. Quite frankly, they're ahead of the game as far as usually a lot of the classes don't even really talk about their project until after the Christmas holidays.
Yep.
And they got right on it, and they got it scheduled, and thinking that a lot of people don't have a lot to do in February because the weather is so bad.
True.
So people would come out, and so there are different sponsorships. If you have a company that would like to sponsor a team or a lane. So sponsorship starting at $300, $500, and $750. Some of those includes the team with that, or a four-person bowling team is $175. Or if you just want to come out yourself and support this great cause, it's $50 to be a bowler, and they'll put the teams together at that point. So February 6th from 1 to 5 at Spare Time in Chattanooga.
Do we want to do a chamber team? Just a chamber office team?
We might need to.
Yeah.
I can see Mary doing that. Can't you see?
Absolutely.
Although I will say, I love Mary. Mary, if you see this, I love you. But I took her axe. I took the team axe.
Yes.
You weren't in the group yet, and it was a lot of fun. But we were there in East Ridge. But I do have a video, and it might be on Facebook, and probably on my personal. And Mary, instead of doing this with the overhand throw, for some reason got excited and did an underhand, and it hit the wire cage. Luckily, there was a wire cage. So we might have to put a cage behind Mary if she bowls, so she doesn't go the wrong way.
I'm thinking one of those little trays that she just puts the ball and it just goes down. Okay. I'm thinking that might be.
That's a good idea. Can we play with bumpers? I just want to know.
Can you? Because I would need them, because I'm all over the place.
Is that legal in a bowling tournament?
I don't know.
Can we have a bumper bowling tournament? I don't know. So see all the fun we have in the chamber. Y'all need to be a part of it. Just know that we are, our motives are clean. They're good. We just want to share community information. To me, I love Catoosa County. I mean, if anybody's ever met me, I feel I probably talk about it too much. Because I just think Catoosa County is a great place to be, great place to live. I always say great place to live, work, and play, right?
It is.
But you are who make it the great place to live, work, and play. You're what you do for our community, what the input you have, participation, whether it's financial or, just however, your churches, all that is what makes people want to come here.
Yeah.
And somebody asked me the other day, like, are you from here? And I said, well, I consider myself from here.
So do I.
Quite frankly, I grew up in Chattanooga, in East Brainerd, moved away, married an Army guy, moved away for a dozen years, came back because why does everybody else come to Catoosa County? They had a kid and they heard how good the schools were, right?
Yep.
And that's still true today. But then we never wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have anybody in, Evanston College now, but we're not looking to leave Catoosa County. We love it here, and the chamber I've learned, because I didn't know a whole lot about, what the chamber, actually it's funny, I was an ambassador when we moved here in 1999. I worked for T-Mobile, and I was a chamber ambassador, and I found my little name tag. So I've been on both sides of it. I've been an ambassador, I've been a staff member, so there's so many ways to connect. And it just really depends on what you need. What are you looking for? If you're looking for something just social, we have that. If you're looking for something to promote your business, we've got that
too.
So, and if you're looking there are so many opportunities to volunteer. We did a thing probably 4 months ago with the Chattanooga Area Food Bank. And we took a group, there were about 25 that went down there and helped pack meals for a day. The North Georgia YMCA, we help with food packing. It's actually for Walker County students. We have that same version in Catoosa County, but the Y helps the one for Walker County students because it covers obviously Walker and Catoosa. But there are so many opportunities if you're looking for some way to give back. The Family Crisis Center, the Cottage, the Sexual Assault Victims Advocacy Center. There's so many different ways to give back, and people do. And I appreciate that so much at Christmas time.
Yes.
So the Stocking Full of Love, if you've never done that, next year put that on your calendar, find out about it. We'll get the information out there. But how they, the day before I guess they call it the toy store setup.
Yeah.
But all the different people came in. And quite frankly, I've done it for several years now. We had more toys this year and we got it done faster than ever before because of the donations from people, the more toys, right? But there were more volunteers. What is it? Many hands make light work.
Yeah, many hands. Yes.
And we had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great time. Yes, we were working, but it was fun. And so I just encourage you in 2022, first, if you're not a chamber member and that's something you're interested in, call us. Let us talk to you about it. We'll be glad to give you some information and not pressure you. We are definitely not a pressure organization. But, find somewhere that you can give back a little bit because I guarantee you that you'll get more than you give.
You will. I mean, I did not grow up here. I grew up in upstate South Carolina, moved here in '88. Wife and I bought a house in Ringgold, and no, we're not interested in going anywhere else either.
Yeah.
This is now our home. I call this my home. In fact, I used to say when people say, "Where are you from?" "Oh, we're from Chattanooga."
Yeah.
No. Now I say I'm from Ringgold, which is just south of Chattanooga.
Yeah, there you go.
I let people know there's a little bit of difference. And part of what I've really enjoyed about being part of the Chamber of Commerce, the team, and just getting to know some hidden gems, I think about our nonprofit of the month for last month. It was North Georgia Healthcare Center. That is one of those gems that's hiding in plain sight. Yeah. They're on 151.
Yeah, Highway 51.
Highway 151, right across basically from Ringgold Telephone Company,
Kind of behind the food line.
It's a not-for-profit healthcare center that covers everyone from teens to senior adults, and they do it at a lower cost, and they even work with some insurance. I've just really enjoyed getting to know them. They even do behavioral health issues there, and have an on-site pharmacy.
Yes.
So catering to folks who maybe can't afford traditional type physician services, that they've got this gym right here. I had no idea.
Yeah. And
Had no idea.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Like I said, they have a pool in there, and that's what the North Georgia YMCA, the YMCA without walls, right?
Yeah.
But they use that pool to do the swim lessons
That's
in our
right.
county, so it's really cool
Yeah.
that that's there. One other thing I'll mention too, and I know the COVID numbers are here and there,
Yep.
but I know some people have a need to find the rapid COVID tests. And I'm not saying that they're not other places, but 2 chamber members that have made the information available to me, and I'd love to share. If you've not been in Magnolia Pharmacy, they're on Battlefield Parkway, kind of by the Chattanooga Allergy Clinic, right before you get to CHI Memorial Parkway, kind of on the right-hand side as you're going toward the interstate. They have a drive-through. So you can go behind the building and pull up to the drive-through. They did have last week, and if they don't have them right now, they'll get more. But the rapid tests they had quite a large quantity of those last week for individuals to purchase. If you're a business and you're looking, because I know there's some new legislation that are going to require businesses with more than 100 employees.
Depending on who you talk to, that's it's either
Yes.
passed or it's not going to
Yeah,
pass.
exactly. So, but MedStat is located
Yeah.
on Battlefield Parkway. Now, they do have offices there, but I think you need to go on their website. I think it's medstatsupplies.com, and you can order. They were getting in thousands of the rapid tests last week.
Yeah.
I talked to the owner, Jonathan Cannell, and he was saying that they do have them in stock for order over their website. So you just have to get on their website and create an account. And then you can order the rapid tests from them. So that's another kind of a community service thing. I mean, we hate to talk about COVID, but it's part of our world.
Yeah.
And so if you have a need for the test, the other thing that they are also doing, one other location, on Mondays and Wednesdays, so today until 6, well, if you're seeing this live, and then every Monday and Wednesday until, I think it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., I believe it is, they have COVID testing in the parking lot of the Colonnade.
Yeah. They were out there this morning in the cold.
There you go. Bless their hearts, because they've had it kind of easy, but with the warmth,
Yeah.
today was not so much. But they are out there. You just kind of pull around back of the colony. You'll see some tents and cones. There's no charge for that. It does take a day or two to get the results for that, but they do, and that's only on Mondays and Wednesdays.
And be patient with them. I understand they're kind of backed up as far as getting the results back a little bit.
Yeah,
So.
so that's probably no control of theirs at this point. But at least it's a service. I'm really proud of our county and our county commissioners, and thankful that they are providing those services for no charge to our citizens. The other thing, if you need COVID booster shots or COVID shots, the health department is still doing those. You do have to call and make an appointment. I'll be honest, I don't have all that here, but that's on the Chamber Facebook page.
It is.
We share that. Or Catoosa County Government Facebook page. They have posts about that. I actually went, I think it was Tuesday afternoon, and got my booster. And so they've got it now, whether you've had Moderna or Pfizer, it doesn't matter. You can request one booster or the other, but they even say you can cross those now. So, or if you're just looking for your first round of shots, if that's something that you want, we're not pushing that, but if that's something that you would like to go get your COVID vaccines, the health department has those, and they do a great job. You just have to register. You do have to wear a mask when you go in there.
Sure.
Being a health related, I think a lot of doctors' offices require that anyway. But that's available in our county at no charge. You can go to some drive-through pharmacies and other places like CVS, I think, has them in different, I know Publix, I believe their pharmacy also has that as well. So, but that's just good information to know if you have a need for either the tests or the vaccines. They're available. They're available. So,
Hey, one thing before we go, and we've only got a few minutes left, one of our other media partners is the Chattanooga Times Free Press. We talked about how you don't have to have a brick and mortar within Catoosa County to be a part of our chamber, and they've been partners with us for a while, and we have a really neat publication that comes out every month.
It's every Wednesday, but ours is the last Wednesday.
Ours is the last Wednesday of the month. It's a publication called the North Georgia Community News, and in it you're just going to see some really cool pictures of some things that we've been involved in over the last month, really. Everything from our members of the week, getting you connected with that, to some ribbon cuttings that we did. And let me encourage you, if you can go back and get a copy of it, check out a picture of the ugly sweater contest that we had when we had Pooh Nash up here for a women's lunch. The winner, there's really no way for me to communicate this on without showing a whole lot of pictures, and I don't have.
And Megan's from the EDA office. We love Megan.
But there's a lady right here in the middle, and her name is Megan, and she won the contest with a sweater that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. She took a stuffed reindeer, all right, a stuffed reindeer, cut it in half, and put half of it on her front and half of it on her back. And she won.
And she won hands down. I mean,
absolutely. There was no question.
There was nothing else to compete with that.
But yeah, you just got to check out the pictures in North Georgia Community News through one of our partners, Chattanooga Times Free Press. And we appreciate their support, just like we really, and I'll echo what Amy said earlier, we really appreciate the support of UCTV right here in Ringgold, Fort Thorpe, Catoosa County.
Thanks for being here, Bobby.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Appreciate
having me.
you, and we'll see you next week on Catoosa Connects.